Hey everybody, welcome back. We're in the shop again looking at Scott's engine here. I got it all painted up. Got the aluminum valve cover on there. Accessories are going on. Got the pulleys painted black, alternators on there. Fuel pumps in. DUI. Distributor. And the only thing I'm waiting on, and I'm going to set this in the chassis, are the polyurethane motor mounts. I did have some trouble getting those in a timely fashion. There's a lot of them out there. I only use one kind, and I had to wait for it. But hopefully they'll be here this afternoon. And the engine is ready to go in. Transmission's sitting there waiting. And I want to get those mounted up, and then I will put the header and the dual carb setup on there. Now the header I just sent out to be jet hot coated, so that's down in North Carolina right now. Hopefully they're going to turn that around for me in about a week. And the header and the intake have to go on at the same time, so I want that in the chassis when I do that. And then we will start fiddling with all the accessories. Power steering pump is right over here. I just put some lube in there to see if it was a leaker, and it pissed all over the bench here. So new pump coming, and reservoir. I'll put that together and detail that out, and that's going to go on. And it won't be long before this is in the chassis. Then I could start on the exhaust system, and there's still a long way to go on that scrambler, but I'm making progress as best I can, and replace the plastic valve cover. I hate that plastic valve cover. It's a real leaker, with this nice aluminum one, and that's what it looks like in paint. So lots of other engines to show you, so let's keep moving on. Okay, here is the Chinese block, and I have it just about all assembled into long block form. Put the front cover on. Oh, I did have one Kaiser supersonic head left. That's got a little bit of increased compression, 7.4 to 1 on the supersonic head. Plus I decked it too, so a little better than that. So the head's on. I can tell you that on the Chinese block they did not drill for the studs properly. They really missed on this guy right here. Should have been deeper. They didn't go deep enough on a lot of them. There's another one. I didn't want to set up and re-drill and re-tap once everything was assembled. But if you are putting a Chinese block together, absolutely check the depth of the threads for the head studs. But other than that, this guy should be ready for the test stand pretty soon, and I've already got a Jeep picked out for it, like I said, and we'll run this around and see how it goes. And let's go over here. Here is our Willys Americar 442 engine. And on this engine you can see every stud went in there perfectly on an original engine. Okay, you can see on this one I have a zero deck, and that's just like free horsepower. On a regular engine that's down, you know, sometimes as much as 1/8 of an inch. With the new rods and stuff, and decking the head a little bit, got a zero deck, and that's something you will feel in the seat of your pants when you're driving. Zero deck these guys, and you'll be amazed at what it feels like. And I got my brass freeze plugs in here. The cover's on, and I rebuilt a fuel pump for it. I still have a couple of new old stock kits left for rebuilding those guys, so that's a rebuilt one. I feel real good about that one. and this is coming along, and I think I might put that T84 behind this guy. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. But this guy's almost done as well. I just have to, I'm really out of stock on valve springs, so hopefully they're going to be here today as well. I tried to order 80 of them, and I think they're only going to send me a dozen. It's really getting to be a nuisance keeping up with parts these days. But 442 is almost ready. And let's take a swing around here. Here is my 6-cylinder 258 with the Clifford cam in there. And again, you can see here, I've got a 0 deck on this as well. So with the 0 deck, 60 thou off the head, this should be a pretty snappy engine. We're hoping for the best on this one. And I've got the same setup as Scott with the dual carbs and a header. So this should be a very nice engine. And this one's going kind of slow, but I'll show you more of it, you know, as time allows and as I get to it. There's just a lot to do in the shop right now. But again, free horsepower with that 0 deck. Okay guys, I know I've been doing a lot of engines lately, but a local guy that I know brought in some bucks here. Wants me to build some wheel tubs for his Mustang. So I've got a lot of shrinking to do on a power hammer and stuff. I know some of you guys picked up my channel for sheet metal stuff. Haven't done any in a while on camera, but I've still been doing a lot of sheet metal work. If anybody's still interested in that stuff and would like to see those guys being built, just let me know and maybe I'll have time to film that. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of interest in my sheet metal stuff anymore, so that's why I kind of quit on that for a while. But got to get those made shortly, and like I say, if you're interested, just put a comment below and I'll try and get some footage of that. Okay, here's that T84 again in Model 18 transfer case that I rebuilt just a little while ago. And a lot of guys are always asking me for these, and as soon as I got one for sale, nobody wants it. They just want to, you know, like I say, you know, kick the tires. So I think I'm going to put this one behind that 442 AmeriCar engine and run it like that. And no, I'm not selling rebuilt engines anymore. I tried that for a while, and right now I've got like 3 F heads and a bunch of L heads, and they're just sitting here. So this Chinese block under the cover here and this guy here I'm going to turn into vehicles. I didn't have a transmission for this 442 block, so that's why I'm going to use the T84. And I think if we come over here and slip by the banana tree, okay, yeah, I got a T90 and an 18 transfer case there with the upgraded Timken bearing intermediate shaft. So I'll probably put that behind the Chinese block and slip that in something. So it's not really worth it for me to build engines and have them in stock. So you know, I'm trying different things, trying to get my finger on the pulse of what people want. And obviously they don't want good crafted engines, so I'm still going to rebuild them, but I'm just not going to stock them anymore. There's another 6-cylinder I'm building, and again I'll stick that in something. Like I say, it's getting kind of crowded here, so I'm going to start getting some frames lined up and make like a production line. Once I get the engine transmission transfer case done, I have, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 sets of axles that I rebuilt. Is another thing I was trying to do, is rebuild axles, have them on the shelf for people. Didn't sell a single one of those, so I can get a rolling chassis in probably a weekend, and then with an SGI body I could pretty much pump out some projects pretty quickly. So I might take that route and just drive and enjoy them. You know, there doesn't seem to be any demand for the pieces I build anymore, so no sense in keeping doing that. But there's another head for another F head I'm doing, and that's going to be my last. There is another F head there I show numerous times, and I'm doing one more F head, and that should take care of all the projects I want to do for the immediate time being, and then we could just go on from there. There is Bertram's stuff. We're still making progress on Bertram, so don't worry about that. I'll show you when stuff happens on his M38 engine. And just chipping away at things. So hang in there, we'll be right back. Okay, one more engine to show you today. You remember I was doing that 4BT Cummins for the 3B welder Jeep. If you're following the channel, you saw me make the bell housing. I adapted a 465 to it. I got the Model 18 transfer case there. I put an overdrive in it with the adapter, and I have the 6-belt PTO to run the welder. And things got crazy busy, and this has been kind of tucked in here, and I can barely use the wheeling machine with it in the way, so it's time to get it out. I'm figuring out motor mounts now, and I'll show you what I come up with. I'm not exactly sure where I'm headed with motor mounts, but I'm working on that now. I'd like to get this in the chassis and start the body build, and then I'll take it out of the chassis because there's a lot more needs to be done to that 3B chassis, and I have to paint it eventually once everything is welded in. The motor mounts, shock mounts, body mounts, there's a lot of stuff that's got to happen on that. But I pulled this out today because I think I might have a few hours of free time, and I want to get the mounts figured out. So this has been a long time coming, and I really want to get it in the chassis, and I'd like to get that vehicle finished. It's one of my favorites, and this is the power plant, and hopefully soon it'll be in there and some exhaust on it, and we can get it running. But stay tuned. I'm back on this one, and hopefully I'll show more of it soon. Okay guys, getting late in the day. UPS just dropped off Scott's urethane engine mounts, so probably not going to get to it today, but his motor is going in the chassis next, so there's still some stuff to do on that, but I got to put the mounts on the frame, polyurethane mounts on the engine, and then drop it in there, connect it to the torque converter, and we'll be off and running on Scott's engine build. You know, it's a lot of accessories got to go on there still. And I just before I quit for the day, I just filled up the transmission. There's the PTO for the winch, transfer case, overdrive, and PTO. I just filled that up with lube. These do get kind of tricky to fill with lube when you have a transfer case on such a harsh angle. I fill it right through. I made an extended vent. I fill it right through the vent because you know, when they're laying kind of flat, they're easy to fill right through the fill plug here, but you got to get creative when they're on such an angle like that. But no big deal. We got all the lube in there. Now I can start it without having to worry about did I put lube in it or not. So like I say, I am designing the motor mounts now, so that might take a little bit, and hopefully this will be in the chassis soon. So I'm going to call it quits here today. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. I'm taking a few hours off tomorrow, and be back at it again on Friday. So enjoy the holiday, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.